welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a unboxing and a walkthrough of the Star Spinner Tarot. I saw this one, I got this off of Amazon. This is an 81 cards in guidebook by Trungles. And this is a deck I'm going to be using for the month of June, since June is Pride Month. And this book, in this deck, is non-binary, very inclusive, LGBT friendly as well, and just kind of inclusive in all the sense that a lot of tarot sometimes isn't. So this will be my kind of June deck, I think, and plus the colors are very bright, vibrant, and I probably should have taken it off the wrap, out of the wrap, but this looks trickier than So I got this off of Amazon, so it comes wrapped, which is nice. You never know when things come wrapped or not, especially on Amazon. So this is the box. It's a nice little box, and it has a magnetic clasp to it. What I really love about this deck, and the inside is really pretty too. This is the inside. So when you kind of fold it open, and then you see the cards, and they have a ribbon to get them out. The cards themselves aren't wrapped, which is fine, which doesn't bother me. And then this is the little guidebook as well. And then it's a really pretty kind of purple on the inside. And it's just a really, this is one that I'll probably keep in the box just because it's really nice. It's compact, which is really great. I know there's quite a few that aren't that compact, but these are the backs of the cards. So they are able to be reversible. So that's really nice. So this has 81 cards. So it does, I believe, I've only seen one other walkthrough. I tried not to, I tried not to watch too many, but I know I saw Katie Flowers do a little walkthrough, and I think I got maybe up to probably the third or fourth card. I think maybe up to the lovers, because there are multiple lovers cards, which I think is really great, which kind of just brings its inclusivity to it. So we'll go over the guidebook towards the end, but we will start. So this is the Fool. And like I said, I just really like the colors to it. It's a little different than most tarot decks, and the drawings themselves are really nice because, like I said, there's also the really nice imagery that comes with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but I like that there's a guidebook to it because especially as someone who's still learning tarot, I really enjoy reading the guidebooks. This is the High Priestess. I really enjoy reading the guidebooks. I like kind of getting another perspective on something. This is the Empress. The Emperor. So I'm really excited to kind of dive into that as well. But it has the same imagery, a lot of similar imagery, but then just the colors around it I think are really great. Makes it kind of like a fun Hierophant, almost like a fun little psychedelic type of deck. I know there's the the Groovy Weight. Has a feel of that, but just not an overdone of it. So here are the different, now we get up to the different lovers. So there's some, and this one, there's this one, and they're all kind of different looking, which I think is really nice. So the imagery within it and the one stuff behind it is all different. This is another lovers. So I think the first one is maybe more of like a traditional, and here are two other there's two more. And it's kind of interesting. I want to see kind of what in the book it kind of describes as each, because they see them up at the end and kind of maybe compare. So this is the last one of the lovers. And then we'll kind of compare if there's similarities to it. Okay. So I know, so in this one, it has apples. This one just has the flowers. I don't see apples anywhere. Because then in this one there's apples, but they're blue apples. And then in this one there's apples. And then, I'm trying to think of it. So there's some where this has flowers on the side right here. And then this one also has some flowers. And this one has the angel that's in kind of like the traditional one. And then this one just has apples but has like the hearts in front of it with some stars. So they're quite different. Let's see if I can order a little bit. So they are a little bit different, so it's kind of nice to see what kind of differences maybe in the guidebook that there are with them. So this is the chariot. Fortitude or strength. This is the hermit. I like how they changed some of the wording to it. So this is the wheel of fate rather than fortune. And then same with strength is fortitude. So there's justice. The hanged man. Death, this one's pretty. I like the poppies and the flowers. This is temperance. This is the devil. So it has like the kind of two lovers per se, and then out in the middle. So there kind of still is the same, a little bit of the same imagery. This is the tower. This is the star. And I just really love the colors that are in with it, because it's bright, but it's not oversaturated bright. It's kind of a nice in between where there's more muted colors that kind of balance it out. This is the moon. Sorry. And this is the sun. And judgment. I love this world card. And then this is the world. And then we'll get into the wands. So this is Ace of Wands. We'll show if they're stuck together. Two of Wands. So it's kind of like fairies, I think. I think they're kind of fairies, I would think, is what they are. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. So the wands are all yellow based. So yellow with that lilac color. Five of Wands. So they're fairies with yellow and lilac. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. It's almost like Peter Pan. Eight of Wands. So that very typical Rider-Waite-Smith image for the Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. It's like a jester. 10 of Wands. But like the colors are really, and so for the pages, so this is page, but it just has P at the top. So it's P of Wands, so Page of Wands. And same, so they're kind of abbreviated when it gets to the court cards. So Knight of Wands is KN Wands. And then the Queen of Wands. And then the King of Wands. Now we get into cups, which are chalices in this deck. So Ace of Chalices, almost like a, I don't know if it's supposed to be a mermaid or just kind of like a mystical being in a way. This is pretty. Two of Chalices, or Two of Cups. Three of Chalices. Four of Chalices. Almost reminds me of like the Little Mermaid, of it being kind of like, I guess it being a mermaid. I think it's mostly this one, Five of Chalices, where she's the person is more of like a, doesn't have like the fins per se. And so I think it just gives me that whole Little Mermaid vibe. I'm not really quite sure after that. Six of Chalices. Seven of Chalices. And also kind of this image as well. Eight of Chalices. For Little Mermaid vibes, I don't. Nine of Chalices. And then 10 of Chalices. No, little puppy. So Page of Chalices. The Knight of Chalices. Queen of Chalices. And then the King of Chalices. King is a dragon. Then we on to the swords. So Ace of Swords. So this is kind of more of like a bluer tone for swords, so Two of Swords. Three of Swords with the three swords through the heart. It's very typical Rider-Waite-Smith. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. It's almost like a Juliet vibe in a way, like sitting and waiting or lying and waiting. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Ooh, this Nine of Swords is very interesting. it kind of depicts of not being able to sleep, but then they're kind of being like this, the stress that you're kind of going through when you have the Knight of Swords, kind of that feeling, and especially the like it being kind of on your chest, of kind of having that anxiety feeling. So that's a very, I kind of like that depiction of it as well. And then the Ten of Swords. And then the Page of Swords. My dog is barking in the background. Knight of Swords. Queen of Swords. And the King of Swords. And I do love the kind of color story or kind of color theme kind of through each card. I like it. It's very pleasing to the eye. It's not overpowering as well. And then the pentacles are kind of greenish tone to them, different variations of green, which is very earth-like. So this is the Ace of Pentacles, or Ace of Coins, so they use coins in here. So Ace of Coins. Two of Coins. Three of Coins. Four of Coins. Five of Coins. And having, instead of, there's not really rain, but kind of the broken glass with the coin in it as well. Kind of can depict that. Six of Coins. Seven of Coins. Eight of Coins. And the Nine of Coins. And the Ten of Coins. And then we have Page of Coins. Love that kind of flapper-esque dress. The Knight of Coins. And the Queen of Coins. And then the King of Coins. The bunny. So that is the Star Spinner Tarot. I will shuffle them, and then I will pick a card. So overhand shuffle, they shuffle really well. They fit pretty decently in my hands, I think. I mostly do, like I think I probably mention this every unboxing video I've done. Which isn't that many, but everyone I've done. I only really know how to do overhand shuffling. So, haven't mastered the bridge. But yeah, these are very, very, very lovely colors in the deck. Split the deck. And then the first card, is one of the Lovers card. So that'll be kind of was what I was wanting to do. I should have just kind of did that in the beginning. So this is the guidebook. So in the first has the guide to the Star Spinner Tarot. Has Ziva, it's okay. Ziva's sad. So this is by Trungles. This was made in Ziva. No, come here. She sat her mom. What? Ziva. So this was this was created in 2020. Trungles, and let's see. Designed by Maggie Elderman and Evelyn Furuta? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So I'm assuming they did the artwork. The contents are, there's the introduction to the tarot, the major and minor arcana, instructions for your reading, spreads, the major arcana, the minor arcana, and then it's broken down into the suits, and then about the artist. So we will see introduction to the tarot. Goes, so, okay, wait, oh, so you know how I said that some of the chalices is very like, I was getting a very Little Mermaid vibe to them? Funny. So it says, this deck's chalices roughly follow the journey of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. Themes of longing, desire, sacrifice, and fulfillment are at the heart of the deck. So that is funny that I caught that on, and I was like, wait, that kind of seems Little Mermaid-esque, of sitting on the rock and longing for, you know, part of your world type of thing. So that's funny. Okay, so for your reading spread, so they do single card draw, 4-card spread, the Celtic Cross, which is standard, and that's it for the spread, so the major arcana. So we will go into the Lovers. So for the Lovers, so it has, kind of bend it, so the Lovers, and it has all the 4 different lovers on there. It doesn't give like a snippet about each of them, so it's kind of, I guess they're all excuse me, they're all have the same meaning towards them. So that's interesting. So it says the Lovers, and underneath it says, before the first shuffle, remember to add only the Lovers card or cards that call to you the most to your deck. I think that's really nice. They give you options. So types of things, it's to bring inclusivity to it. So I think that's really beautiful, and I kind of got goosebumps thinking about it. But yeah, so you can kind of pick and choose what you think is best for yourself if you're reading for yourself, or as a reader yourself, reading for other people if you think that, you know, that's important to you. I think that's really nice. So on each of the cards, they do the upright and the reverse meanings. So for the Lovers represent mutual desire. They herald healthy partnerships, unions born of consent and enthusiasm. There is attraction and passionate exploration fueled by a mutual curiosity, signified by the apples. The presence of the apples in this deck serves as a symbol of curiosity fulfilled and of maturity. The relationship feels like paradise, and all parties seem to be getting what they want and need. A healthy balance is struck between desire and promise, wishing and fulfillment. And then it wasn't in reverse, so I won't read the verse, but yeah, that's quite nice. So it goes to the minor, and the minor is the same. You just get kind of a little depiction, like the little picture of the card, reverse, upright and reverse meanings. And then we'll go to, I want to go to about the artist. Trong Linh Nguyen is a Philippine-born Vietnamese American comic book artist and illustrator. Okay, so he lives in Minnesota with his partner and 3 chickens. I love that. He maintains a love of folklore and fairy stories. Okay, so that kind of really all makes sense with a lot of the artwork in here, but I love this. This is so fun, and it's something that I think, you know, bringing inclusivity into tarot is something that is much needed, because it can be kind of sticking to, you know, the standard, you know, depictions and things like that. But I love how people make it either more modern, bring more people into it, more inclusivity and things like that. So yes, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited to work with this deck. So this will be my month of June deck that I'm going to start kind of working with, and I cannot wait. So yeah, so hope you like this. Thanks for watching. If you want to get this deck, I found it on Amazon, and I will put the link for that in the description box below if you want to check it out. I'll also put Katie Flowers' video, because she's the other walkthrough that I watched before purchasing it. So I'm excited. Yeah, so I hope you guys, yeah, so I watch a lot of her walkthroughs and reviews of decks as well. She's one that I really enjoy watching, and especially since I'm still new to tarot and kind of seeing what decks kind of speak to me and what works best for kind of what I'm wanting to get out of tarot and what my practice is kind of being. So something that actually brings more inclusivity, or kind of decks a little bit more modern. I love the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and I love kind of that as a foundation, but I love all the variations of different decks, so kind of getting ones that fulfill those other little needs for me are something that I'm trying to do more, kind of seeking out more. So yeah, so this is the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great, I'm filming this on Memorial Day, so I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day and a great, hopefully, day off. If you're stuck working, I appreciate you. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys another time. Bye.